My name is James Williams Jr. Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is another attempt at comedy, so if you are sensitive, if you are offended easily, this is probably not the video for you. So before I go into this subject, I want you guys to know that first off, I am not a hater of people. I love all people until they do something stupid or they choose not to love me. This might offend you if you live an alternative lifestyle. And for those who don't know, that's me trying to say that if you're a gay or lesbian, I don't want to offend you guys. So this comedy is offensive. I don't want you guys to be offended, and I don't want you to not be my fans for shit that flies out my mouth. Alright? So again, this is an attempt at comedy. Some things will be funny, some things will be offensive, some things will not be. So before I do anything, I'm truly all around a genuine person who likes to tell the truth, and I try to be honest about everything. So I'm telling you this before the video, so that you don't look at the video and say, oh, this motherfucker's insane. He doesn't deserve to be famous. He doesn't deserve anything. So before you watch the video and start leaving negative comments, I may say things that aren't very pleasant for the ears of the minority groups that I just mentioned. This will probably also go up on Facebook and give me more haters. But I want to be honest first because, no one really takes the time to do this before they say shit. And this way it doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. So I can't say that I never said things. And I want people to know, look, I'm out here trying to get my foot in the door. I've been trying for the last 16 years to break into fame and fortune. And the Hollywood East promise went Hollywood South really fast when the studio in Petersburg opened up and would only give people who are a member of SAG. Well, here's the thing. I can't join SAG if I can't get my foot in the door to be an actor to begin with. And honestly, I don't know what the hell SAG really is. I know it's the Screen Actors Guild, but what does it really mean? I have no fucking idea. So I don't also give a damn because actors shouldn't be forced to join SAG unless, like, when I'm not working, you guys are going to write me a fucking check. Which, in the last 16 years, I haven't made any kind of action movies outside of my own independent films. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to be writing me a check. But if you're going to write me a check and it's cheap to join SAG, then I will do that. Right now, I don't really have a current working job, and my hip is fucked up. So, the only movies I want to do are kung fu, scary, and science fiction movies. And no one's knocking down my door. So I have to make it any way I can. And if my comedy is offensive, then I'm sorry. They're just life stories, things that happen, and maybe they happen to you too, and you just don't want to acknowledge them. So again, if you're in the minorities that I mentioned in the beginning of the videos, which means if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you have transgender issues, because I support transgender people, and I think that the government really needs to not tell you where you can or can't go to the bathroom. But to be more specific on that, the government shouldn't pick on kids, because here in Virginia we're having an issue where a transgender girl is transitioning to a boy and she wants to use the boy's bathroom. Let me speak on that before I start this video. First and foremost, if I'm a transgender girl wanting to be a boy, I respect you, young lady, whoever you may be. Fuck that shit. I would just be a lesbian. Period. I'm sorry if I have offended any lesbians with that. I would just be a lesbian, because lesbians fucking rock. Alright? And secretly every straight man wants to be a lesbian at least for one night. Not so that we can know how it feels to be fucked, but just so that we can get close enough to a lesbian to see how they are in bed, because most lesbians won't give a straight man a snowball's chance in hell. Alright, now let me continue on with my comedy. I'm James Williams Jr., and prepare yourself, because I tried to prepare you for the last 4 minutes of how offensive this is going to be. So, here we go. You guys, first off, I would love to be the guy who coins a phrase. And this is mine. So you can't have it. And if anybody uses it, I want $10,000 every time it comes out your mouth. Because there are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, who overdose on bold pills, bold energy drinks, and bold substance, and they think that they're badasses. But here's the thing. Just because you think you're a badass doesn't mean you are. Because I know many of badasses who thought they were badasses who came at me and found out that they were not. Enough said on that. If you're going to drink bold pills, at least fight somebody who can't fight. There's nothing worse than having a OD on bold pills and then go up to that motherfucker who thinks he's bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town, and kind of find out that he really is the baddest man in the whole damn town, or at least when you're the one who's facing looking like a jigsaw puzzle. Now, let's get started with all my attempt at comedy. That was one, it failed. Unless you catch that joke somewhere later down the line, because my jokes take time for them to like absorb and soak in. Because I'm funny looking and not funny at all, or I'm not funny on the spot, or I'm not funny when I know I'm being recorded. That could be the problem. But anyway, so how many of y'all have actually had this happen? There are things that we tend to overlook or catch us off guard rather, and nothing catches you off guard quicker or worser than you were in the bathroom at someone else's house. See, when you're in the bathroom at your house, you have everything you need. You have your spray so you can cover up that stench that's coming out of your ass. You know where the toilet paper is just in case this is about to happen to you. There's nothing worse than going to someone's house and having to defecate. Let me be funny. Having to take a shit and there's no toilet paper. You have no knowledge of where they keep the toilet paper and the shit's already coming out of your ass. And worse than that, you don't want to call whoever's house you're in to come up the stairs to the bathroom, which you have funked the fuck up with your smell and have no toilet paper. Because there's no feeling worse than when you get on that toilet paper and your ass explodes and there's like maybe one full rotation of toilet paper, which means you have like maybe 4 squares, if that, and you took a big shit. Like one of those shits that as soon as you touch the toilet paper to your ass, your fingers go clean through it, so you're basically wiping your ass with your fingers. Now you have to get up and use your good hand to wash the shit off your ass, and they don't have paper towels. So now you have another problem. Do you want to wash your hands and dry it on their hand towel because you know your hands just touched your shit on your ass, and it's gonna stink. You know, let's face it. No one takes a shit that doesn't stink. Even a shit that comes out clean where you don't really have to wipe your ass, it still stinks. Shit stinks. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Shit fucking stinks. Let's just get that out of the way. I don't give a damn who you are. Shit stinks. And by the way, if you must take a shit and you must potty train a child, you must teach that child to wipe front to back, not back to front. Especially for you little girls. Let's always wipe front to back and never wipe front to back to front. So, in that, you know, you got it. Those are things that's just awful. But the worst thing of that is, if you're at a friend's house, and you have to take a shit, and you go up in the bathroom, and like this freak storm comes out of anywhere, and then the lights go out while you're shitting, and you only have 4 squares of toilet paper, and your friend stepped out for a bit. Don't know where they went to, but you're in their house by yourself, in a storm, and there's no toilet paper while you're taking a shit. And not just any shit. One of those shits that you've been holding all day and you're backed up, and as soon as your ass hits that toilet, or just before your ass hits that toilet, turds are falling into the pool, and they're like swan diving. Like Mr. Hanky took a swan dive, not into a belly flop, but a swan dive, and the water's so cold it splashes up on your ass because you can't use the toilet paper to block it because you only have 4 squares, so you're in trouble. Oh, did I mention the lights were out? Yeah, I did. I did mention the lights were out. So those are some very bad things that get you off guard. But worse than all that, you know, you don't want to take a shit if you're a dude at a hot chick's house. The worst place ever to have to defecate is at a hot chick's house who doesn't have toilet paper and don't have air freshener, and her bathroom's old school, so it doesn't have a fan. It's on the 2nd floor, and you can't open up the window because the paint has sealed that damn thing shut. And she knows that you had to use the bathroom, and she's fixing to give you some. But when you come out that bathroom, the mood is going to change. Guaranteed. The mood is going to change. The bathroom's so old that there is no fan. The only way to have ventilation is to have the window. But they had a couple of break-ins, so her and her roommate have the window, like, sealed. So you can't fucking open the window, but you gotta shit real bad. I mean, you have to take one of those elephant dumps. You know, the kind where you have to have 3 courtesy flushes just to eliminate the smell. Yeah, you're in that situation. Worst situation ever. Hasn't happened to me. I have had that situation where there's a lot of toilet paper, but the toilet paper is so thin that you try to wipe your ass and your hand goes clean through the toilet paper, so now you have to wipe your hand with new toilet paper plus that toilet paper because the toilet paper is really, really thin. I hate thin toilet paper. You know the toilet papers that people use in like bathrooms, like public bathrooms, that really thin shit, you know, but they have that really powerful toilet. While we're on toilets, have you ever clogged somebody else's toilet? Ain't that like the worst fucking feeling ever? I have done that. That sucks. Have you ever like taken a shit, right, and you flush the toilet, but the shit goes down, but then the toilet water doesn't stop running and it's overflowing, so you're plunging the fuck out that shit, and the toilet water, the more you plunge, the more water keeps running in, and it's overflowing out of the toilet, but the shit don't come back, which is good. But the water is everywhere, and your friend just knows that you fucked up somewhere, and they want to like really rub it in your face, like, yeah, there's a mop up there, but there's no fucking mop. So you're like, what do? You can't grab the people's towels. You can't grab the fucking plunger because it's already in the toilet and you're trying to stop the water. Well, here's one thing you need to do. Take the toilet top off and pull that damn handle up. That not the outside handle, but that lever, so that the water will stop flowing down that drain that puts the water through those little holes. Pull that shit up. Because that's key number one to stopping the water. But by now, you're probably ankle deep. So you kind of want to, like, hurry the fuck up. But, you know, I have clogged up many a toilets with shit. Now, has this ever happened? Have you ever had to go take a shit and the shit comes out like so fucking big and long that it wraps around the toilet like a snake? Now that's when you call a power dump. And it's only just one turd. It ain't like a whole bunch of turds. It ain't like diarrhea. It ain't a big fucking clop. It's just one long, consistent, I'm gonna swirl around the toilet turd. It's not a turd blossom. It's a straight up long ass turd. My dad and them used to call those red foxes. I don't know why, but they used to call them red foxes. Maybe there was blood in the stool or something. I don't know. But I had a red fox one time that freaked me the hell out because like the turd just would not fucking break. It's like my ass cheeks couldn't break it, and you know you have to bop up and down on the toilet to make it fall off. Yeah, all y'all who are laughing and lying about it, saying that shit's never happened to you, it will. It will. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. It might happen to one of your kids, just because you're laughing at me. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. I hope you guys like my toilet humor, and I hope you guys like my overdosing on bowl pills. I have one more video about being arrested to come. Alright, I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. Be seeing you.